I'm trying to play it cool, but I'm peeking through the window like, oh snap, there he is. I never really seen what he looked like. We just talked about what we could look like. Sup. Okay. Winter break, freshman year of college, 2012. It was lit because I could finally execute my plan. Now, my grandma had asked what did I want to do for winter break, so I asked to go hang out with her in Virginia Beach versus staying in Charlotte with all 5 of my brothers, simply because I missed her cooking. No, because she had a friend named Rose. Now, Miss Rose, bit about her, she was a free spirit, kind of ratchet, my favorite. She would take my grandma to shot houses to drink all night, play spades, and pass out. That meant I would have, I know it sounds crazy, but she would be okay. But that meant I would be able to have the whole house to myself for the weekend. Now, when I was in Charlotte, the only thing I did was work out and fight my intrusive thoughts. You see, I dated girls my whole life. However, I never really felt that spark. However, I happened to be on a chat line one day and I connected with a guy named DJ. Now, DJ was around my age, he sounded cool, and he was from Houston. However, he was going to go play basketball in ODU, which was right slap dab in Virginia Beach. Okay, so I think to myself, this is the perfect time. This is the perfect time. However, every time I talk to DJ for an extended amount of time, I realize this guy is really cool. He not only sounds attractive, but he lives an eclectic life. So I found myself saying things to make me sound cooler because whenever I got compliments for girls, it was okay. But whenever DJ told me I was cool, it was electric. I got goosebumps. I was like, I gotta one-up it. So before I knew it, I was a wine connoisseur. I lived abroad. I had a house in Charlotte and an apartment in Virginia Beach. And I was bilingual. All the which was an incredible lie. And before I knew it, the date is coming closer and closer, and I had told him I have my own house in Virginia Beach. However, by the time I got to Virginia Beach to visit my grandma, the house looked like my grandma lived there. I mean, everything was covered in plastic. There were pictures of me and my brothers when we were 6. And then random pieces of car and furniture in the yard. I'm like, I'm never gonna sell this. So before I know it, I'm cleaning up this whole house. I'm stashing everything. I'm trying my hardest. It's the dead of winter. It's cold. Everything's wet. My hands are numb. But I keep telling myself, if I could pull this off, he's gonna think I'm cool as fuck. And as I'm cleaning up, thinking to myself, whoa, I never really had a date with a guy. I don't know what kind of jokes I should say or do. Should I do the same ones I did with Megan? Would it make a difference? Who cares? Next thing I know, DJ calls me. He's like, hey, I'm about to pull up. I'm super excited. I'm jumping out the shower. I'm trying to play it cool, but I'm peeking through the window like, oh snap, there he is. I never really seen what he looked like. We just talked about what we could look like. However, when the car door opens, his hand reaches out, he's tattooed starting here. So I'm like, okay, he has a story. And then as he pops his head out, I'm like, this guy is fine as hell. Okay, cool, bet. But I'm playing it cool. I'm like, yeah. Then as he's getting out the car, I happen to look at his shoes. He's like a size fucking 13, I don't know. And not that it matters, but it helps. And so as he comes into my house, I'm just like, bro, I'm so glad you're here. He's like, yeah, you're so cool. And so I give him the wine, which was really just some fuzzy navels out of bottle. And we're sipping it, we're connecting, and I'm thinking, this is really cool. Like, I'm having a whole Sex in the City moment. I don't know what to do, but I'm feeling like Carrie. And he's talking to me about a lot of things, and he's asking me about how do I like traveling abroad. I'm looking like I love a croissant. And so, as the night is going, and we're chopping it up, he touches my leg, and I just start taking my clothes off. He's like, hold on, baby, wait. I want to get to know you and really connect. And I'm like, oh my God, that was easy fine, but he's considerate. Because I was down for rounds. I didn't know which way it would go, but I had never did any of this. So we're talking, and he's telling me about life. He's like, how about we just cuddle a little bit? And so I'm like, okay, cool. Luckily, I cleaned off my cousin's twin-size bed, and we get up there, and we're chopping it up. And I'm just having a really good moment. I never cuddle with a guy, and he works out a lot, so certain parts felt different. So I was like, you know what, can I be big spoon? And it was still cool. And now I was little spoon, it was still cool. And as we're really just getting lost in a moment, not anything physical, just connecting, talking about the dumbest stuff, I hear this random tapping. And I'm like, I know what that is, but I could play it off. So I managed to kick off one of my shoes while we're cuddling and throw it at the heater. Everything is cool. I don't hear anything. We get back to chopping it up. He's like, oh, my favorite color is periwinkle. And I'm like, oh, that's so sexy. Who the hell wears periwinkle? And so then, as I'm explaining why my favorite color is forest green, I hear that tapping again, but this time it's a little louder. And I'm like, oh shit. And by then, I try to manage to talk louder. However, he's like, do you hear a weird sound in here? I'm looking like, oh my God, this is an old house. You never heard houses make noise? That happens when you have money. Are you not cultured? Sounds poor. And so he's like, you're right, my bad. And so then he's telling me, when did I realize my favorite color was forest green? And then I slip my other shoe off and throw it. And he's like, what is that? I was like, I'm just getting more comfortable so I could listen intensely. But then 10 minutes later, the tapping starts again. And I'm like, oh my God. He's like, wait, I hear something. Wait, Howl, get up. And he's trying to shake me. I pretend to be asleep. And he's like, turn the light on. I think there's something in the house. And I'm like, okay. I know damn well no light was gonna come on. This is an old ass house. I was like, there must be a fuse blown or something. I don't know what's going on. But low key, my hands are sweating, my mouth's getting all watery, like I'm about to go down the nastiest roller coaster because the vibe is about to change. And so he jumps up, he turns the light on, and he throws his big ass shoe at the heater because that's where the sound was coming from. And then the next thing I know, he screams, I scream, the mouse is screaming. He's like, oh my God, I'm getting out of here. And then it's when he's trying to hurry and put on his clothes. And I'm like, what would Carrie do? DJ, wait, I love you. He's like, what? It worked for white women. And so then, and so as he's running, he's trying to hurry and put on his pants, his shoes. He's jumping in the driveway to get to his car. He slips, he falls, he tumbles. It's like a nasty fall. And I'm trying to pick him up, and he's like, unhand me. Unhand me is the menacing, it's the craziest thing you can hear when you go to help someone. And I'm like, wait. He's like, no, what is going on? You have I gotta get out of here, you're gross. I'm like, no, that's not me, it's my grandma, she's gross. This is her house. And he was like, I thought you lived by yourself. I was like, no, she lives here abroad. She's missing a foot. And he's just like, don't ever call me again. And in that moment, I'm like, oh my God, why didn't I just tell him, like, I'm a college student, I'm broke like you, life is hard, I don't live here, my grandma's here. I was thinking about so many ways I could have hit around and about, but then I also think to myself, I could just get back on the chat line and pretend to be someone better. And as he was speeding off, I thought to myself, I wish I could tell you I made the right decision, but I got back on the chat line. And it was bad. But then I realized when I got a little older and I started dating more, it's more important to be your authentic self when you first meet someone, because that's why they like you. Don't be somebody else, be exactly who you are.
Yeah, we know, never mind it for sure. We know I was just frontin'.